I told my wife, hey, I want to go back to what I used to do before. She says, well, what is that? I said, I want to start cleaning cars. She goes, you crazy. Yes, sir.
Hey David, so people want to know how you got into this industry.
Oh boy. So how do I got into prestige? I mean, it was a little bit of a long journey. Believe it or not, everything started with Christian. We were sitting in the floor at the hospital. Actually, that's when my daughter born. It was in January 18, 2014. We were talking and talking and talking, and we said, so how do we can start in the cleaning business again? Just to tell you a little bit of my background, when I was 8, I started sanding Bondo at a body shop. It was in my local neighborhood. That this guy, his name is Eliu, and he told me, hey, you like cars? I can teach you how to sand Bondo and prep cars for me. I was 8, and I said, sure, because I like always, anything has to do with hands-on, I love it. So I decided to get on it, and he taught me how to sand it and prep the cars for him so he can paint them. And that's how I started in the business. After that, and he says, you know what, David, how about if I teach you how to finalize the cars? So after you finish painting the car, there's always contamination on the clear coat. I can tell you now that, contamination clear coat because I know, but back in the days, I didn't know nothing. But he says, I can teach you how to clean the cars. That's all he said. And I remember like today, I never forgot those moments. And he taught me. Back in the days, guys, it was a rotary. DeWalt didn't exist. It was not the brand. I don't think the brand was DeWalt, but it was a rotary. You use a wool pad, and it was a very thick paste from 3M that you apply with a paintbrush. And I remember I did a red vehicle, and I had a white shirt with blue pants. And when I did the whole compound and the cleaning of that car, I ended up red, my entire clothing and everything red. So I learned how to prep the cars. I learned how to clean the cars. I learned how to prep the vehicles to be painted. And that's how I started in the business. Then after that, I was a local guy who had a detail shop, and he hired me. And I was probably still 8 or 9 years old. And he hired me how to do details. And that's how I learned how to do an actual detail. Inside, between the seats, the dashboard, how to clean the rims. I started cleaning rims and tires and put tire shine after they cleaned the car. And then he taught me how to use a shampoo machine. I never know what a shampoo machine was. But then he taught me how to use it until I was able to do a full vehicle, a whole entire vehicle from start to finish. Then after that, I continue always being in sales, selling birds, houses for birds, and always riding my bicycle throughout the neighborhood, trying to find bikes so I can buy them and then I can resell them. And decided to move to United States. I actually pursued the career of aviation and moved to United States, finished my high school in Tampa, Florida, moved to Pennsylvania. That's where we're here right now. And then here in Pennsylvania, I was working in sales, selling cars, advertising. But then I told my wife, hey, I want to go back to what I used to do before. She says, well, what is that? I said, I want to start cleaning cars. She goes, you crazy? No, I'm not. But this time I want to do it the way I learned. I learned what corporate America is. I learned, management. I learned reports. I learned having people working and training and all that. So I said, you know what? I want to start doing it. And then I talked to my brother-in-law, Christian. And when my daughter was born at the hospital, sitting on the floor, we were talking and talking. And I remember Christian grabbed a piece of paper and a pen, and we start drawing logos. I still have those logos. One day in another video, I'll show you guys the logos. It's really cool how involved, how when you decide to start something, and then it keeps changing and changing and changing into what it is right now. It's amazing. But I remember that I found this arm that you can do fleet wash. And I didn't know what a fleet wash was. It was basically cleaning cars sitting on the lot in dealerships. And that's how we started. And I found this guy in South Carolina that he was selling the arm. I went ahead and I bought that arm. He told me you needed a specific pickup truck. I bought that pickup truck. while my wife was at the hospital, I drove to Jersey to get the pickup truck. I obtained the pickup truck, and I remember it was Christian, a guy named Diaz, and we went down to South Carolina to pick up this arm. I'll show you the pictures in another video. But we started doing that. Our first account was back in the day what we used to call Daniel's BMW. That was our first account. And we started doing fleet wash. It was basically taking the dust of the vehicles on the lot. And then from there, we just exploded. From one dealership, we ended up having almost 60 dealerships. From one crew, we ended up having 2 crews doing about 4,000 cars a week. And Daniel's BMW give us the opportunity. They say, hey, do you want to pick up the reconditioning department? Believe it or not, guys, I did not know what a reconditioning was. But I knew what a detail is, and we were doing it. So I decided to say yes, and that's how we started doing reconditioning at dealerships. Daniel's BMW dealership was the first one. And that was probably landed in 2015. After we were started in 2014, but 2015, that's when we decided to start doing reconditioning services for dealership. And from there, we exploded again from 3 people to 6 to 16, 20, 26, all the way up to having 68 crew members in the team. It was amazing. It was a lot of headache, a lot of ups and downs, a lot of mistakes. But I'm assuming if one of you guys are watching this, you probably resonate with what I'm saying. But I have learned a lot. And one day I decided to service the community, stop being behind the scenes from dealerships and start putting the face of who's actually doing this works. And we started, by the grace of God, we were able to obtain this building. So the great thing is for all of our customers, we're not going anywhere. We own this building. So, and we decided to expand our services and not just detail, but ceramic coating. We do PPF, which is paint protection film. We do detailed cosmetic repairs, dent removals, wheel repairs. We do it all. Anything that has to do with appearance, we handle it and we do it. But that's how we started Aramis. That's how we basically started up to now. And we're here located on 3826 Broadway in Allentown. If you want to know more information, more details, because this video can go up to 1, 2, 3 hours, trust me. I can talk and I can tell you every little single thing that I have done to get to where I am right now. But I didn't do this about myself. There has to be a team behind, has to be each person doing their part. And if we're up to here, it's because of the team that we have built, the trust that we have, and we run this as a family. And that was it. I mean, I don't know what else you want me to tell, but hey, if you guys want to know, you can stop by, more than welcome. I can give you a walkthrough. But it has been a very blessing journey, very sacrificing, but it's very rewarding as well. And those of you that are in this industry, you can resonate. I mean, it is very rewarding. So that was it. What else?